Let's Talk Oculus is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to know how to support the show, go to patreon.com/playtestvr. What's up, Oculus nerds? I'm Dan from Playtest VR. Welcome to Let's Talk Oculus, episode 26. As always, I guess I say it all the time now. The Halo 2 legend. I think he's always in Halo now. Samson, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, it's been a lot of Halo this week.
A lot of Halo. Lack of VR though. We'll talk about that a little later on. Today we are joined by another guest. So we have 3 guests in a row now. We're joined by Andy Southern, who's better known as Obscure Nerd VR on the Twitter accounts and on the YouTubes. He's a VR comedian and a content creator. Welcome to the show, Andy. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah. I love your setup. I love your setup, by the way. For those video watchers, Andy's got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, I like to have a lot of stuff to look at. We've got the Pokemon card Hall of Fame over here.
Oh, what's in the Pokemon card Hall of Fame right here?
We've got the this is the prized card right now, the Dark Dragonite first edition.
Oh, sick.
Got to stay true to the nerd title, right?
That's true. That is a super good card as well.
Yeah, I love that card.
Definitely. So we'll be getting to know Andy a little bit in this episode. We also do have some more news to talk about rather than, last week was kind of low. We've got some Top Golf or Golf Plus, as we call it now, some Walkabout Mini Golf news. We've got some After the 4 news, VR Wars, and then some Haptic gloves and stuff. So quite a few things to talk about, but of course, we'll get to know Andy a little bit more first. But before we get into that, a little housekeeping. Audio listeners, you can see the video version of this on the Let's Talk Oculus YouTube channel. And for you video watchers, this episode's on all good podcast platforms and some rubbish ones as well. So if you want to have us on your commute, just head over to your favorite podcast platform. Send in your questions at letstalkoculus@gmail.com. And if you want to support us, throw us $1, head over to the patreon.com/playtestvr Patreon for some early access episodes. And finally, we have a Discord, which is slowly growing, and you don't have to be a Patreon to be in the Discord. So all those links will be in below, as well as Andy's links to all of his stuff too. So let's get into the show.
Come on down.
Get in there.
Come on down.
The train.
We did say a lack of VR, but as you can see, I have been in VR right before this. It's
you got the battle marks.
Yeah.
That's true. I didn't notice that. Yeah, if you get onto the video version, you'll see the VR marks. What do you even call those marks? So they was like a birthmark, but it's a VR mark, right?
Yeah, those are your Oculus dents. Everyone's got to get them.
Yeah.
I like that. Oculus dents.
Yeah, it's just a little impression on your forehead. You're like, okay, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. He knows that's why you should go out on the streets. Look, I got the Oculus dents. That'll impress the ladies,
I want to see the first big Oculus fan to get that tattooed on their face. They just sort of have like a red tattoo of the Oculus mark. That'd be commitment.
Big time.
I'm sure there will be. Plus, it also kind of looks like the Oculus logo, kind of. You can kind of trace that out. So as you can already tell,
it's meta now.
That's right. We're not allowed to say that.
Whoa. Well, as you can already tell, we're already off into tangents. But Andy, let's start with your let's start when it all began. What was your first VR headset? What was your first experience?
Oh man, so I got on pretty early. I think winter of 2016. I got the original launch model HTC Vive, which I still have around here somewhere, but my base stations broke too many times that I gave up on replacing them. But yeah, I got that because as soon as I started seeing videos come up, I was just kind of obsessed with it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you always have a PC that was capable of it?
No, I literally I had to invest $1,000 in getting a new PC, and I was like, now I can start saving up for the Vive. So it's a 2-year endeavor.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 2-year endeavor, but worth it, right? What was your first? Can you remember what your first kind of experiences were, or what kind of blew your mind to start off?
The first thing that I ever did was Google Earth VR. That's how early it was, where I was like, that's the big experience. It was that and Tilt Brush.
Yeah, still, people still, well, Tilt Brush is still pretty used, but yeah, Google Earth, I dived into that as well when I did with the Oculus Quest 2, and I was like, this could be better. But I guess for 2016, it was probably legit at that time.
It was pretty sweet just being able to it's such a simple application of it, but for never having experienced VR before, I was like, oh yeah, I can just pinch all the way in on my house, just like it's Google Earth, and it blew my mind at the time.
And did you think that 2 year worth of saving was worth it then, after you could pinch your house?
The minute I saw that roof, I was like, we've made it home.
Did you change the year too? Like see it back, 10, 20 years ago?
No, but that's what I'm doing after this.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't know you could do that.
I think you can. I did it in what's that other Wander?
Yeah.
And I assume if you could do it in Wander, you could probably do it in the Google Earth VR.
I'd hope so.
Probably. I think Wander's really well done, and I think there's the same team that makes Supernatural, I believe.
Really?
Who make Wander? Yeah. That's why in Supernatural their environments are beautiful, because they already have it all through building that Wander app. But so we went from the HTC at 2016. How did that all lead to the comedy aspect? Because you've done some stand-up comedy in VR in alt space, and then obviously your YouTube videos are centered towards comedy rather than, it's not your typical VR news channel or anything like that. It's all centered around comedy. Was this always a factor in your life? Were you always a comedian? Was that your career and such?
Yeah, so I'm living in California now, and that's sort of what I moved out here for, was to do stand-up comedy and comedy writing and things like that. And I was performing stand-up probably 5 nights a week, and it was taking up all of my time. And then when the pandemic hit, I was like, I don't have anything to do with all of my time now. Yeah. I was just sitting there, and I loved VR, and I originally got the Vive to develop an app, which I never finished, because it turns out I'm not a good developer. But it was a good idea, and I had just been trying to find a way to justify spending more time with VR, really, to myself. I was like, if I can turn it into something productive for what I'm trying to do, I think that'd be really interesting. And then I got hooked up with Failed to Render Comedy, which is in alt space VR. And they were one of the first VR comedy clubs where they're like, hey, come in. You can run your stand-up set here while there are no shows going on in real life. And I had been doing Zoom shows for a while, which didn't work for comedy. It just doing stand-up on a Zoom call is really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I missed, because a lot of my stand-up was really crowd work focused and improv based. And the minute I got into the comedy club where everyone had their mics off, you could see everyone's hands and heads and see their avatars. It blew my mind, because you could have real, in the moment, comedic moments with an audience, and everyone can sort of have that experience of being in a club, experiencing something unique with the comedian, but it's totally virtual. And I got addicted to it after that. And before I had started doing that, I had already been doing some VR chat videos, because I thought VR chat was the ultimate improv game, where I would just go into rooms and come up with a random character and just film myself just riffing off people.
Yeah.
And it all sort of snowballed
from there. That's kind of creative idea to do that in VR chat. I can kind of see what you mean, because when you're going to a comedy show, you kind of feed off the other person's energy, and then body language is a massive factor in the performance, right? And there's only so much you can do in Zoom, and it's and the audience's engagement in Zoom is not as much as either as being in the room. So how did it translate from a real life, into VR? Did it pretty much translate almost 1-to-1?
Yeah, it was really surprising, because then I even got some comedians I know who have been headlining for years, and convinced them just get a Quest and try it. And they were like, I can just run my regular act in here. And it's pretty much 1-to-1. I even started messing around with doing like physical comedy bits where I wrote whole bits just about like the hand tracking, like the whatever the different hand signals you could
I
do in
saw
all
that one.
space.
I saw that one
Yeah.
with your big ass shaft, right?
Yeah. They love the shaft jokes.
It's funny because like when I was watching that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's happened many times where the hands just randomly appeared at the bottom there.
Yeah, it's like, I swear it's tracking. It's not there. And that started because of that's what I loved about it, is you get like this whole new realm of jokes you can do. Because the first time I did that, it actually was a tracking issue. I was in the middle of a joke and I was telling a dirty joke, and then my hands just flew down to the groin and started flapping around. And I was like, this is not what's happening.
I swear.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you have this like real moment where everyone in the room is realizing it.
It's so funny because I mean, this is the truth, right? But how's the audience sizes been in there? Has it been like a respectable amount, or is that
Yeah, it's
something
actually,
maybe we could do better at?
it's honestly better than a lot of real comedy clubs. It's
Wow.
cool because like most of the shows I do in there, it's like between 40 and 60 people.
Wow.
Um,
Is that
and
in only alt space?
yeah,
Okay.
I think I know that they do some shows in VR chat. I've only dabbled in the alt space ones because they have a little bit more control on like event hosting tools.
I
Gotcha.
see.
Which
And is it
was-
like a ticketed event at all, or can people just join?
Yeah, anybody can join. So it's funny because with that aspect, obviously in alt space, you have people coming in trying to troll because it's all open. Everyone's got the mics open too. So they had to hire like VR bouncers.
Security. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's people going around doing security during the show. It's really funny.
I guess that's what the metaverse is going to be like, right? They're going to have pretty much how the real life is. We've got like police and guards and such. It's going to have to be the exact same thing. Otherwise, things
Yeah.
will get out of hand.
Yeah. And they do sometimes. And those guys got to be on top of it.
Yeah, 100%. I guess the thought of a metaverse is probably exciting to you then, because of the opportunity that you can have to kind of hone your craft in VR and also do most of your show to reach people that probably never see you otherwise, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just going to keep providing for more and more opportunity. And now with everything that they're teasing with AR, like if it actually gets to the level that this vague teaser trailer
What
did.
the Star Wars holograms is like, what?
Yeah, the holograms. I'm like, if they can actually figure that out, like imagine going to a show where half the performers are real and half of them you put your glasses on and they just project onto the stage. Like there's some crazy stuff you could do with that eventually. And I like the idea of being someone who's early in the space to sort of discover what that is going to look like with everybody.
Yeah, definitely. And plus, I guess if people are searching or craving that type of content now, you're probably one of the few who provide it, right? So it's definitely good publicity for yourself right now.
Well, yeah, exactly. And that's one of the reasons why I started the channel, was I thought that there was sort of a need for people, more channels that were showcasing gameplay, but doing it in a way that like I think is more general, and not as tech focused. Where someone who's sort of just casual into VR, but also like just like comedy videos on YouTube can be like, I wonder what this obscure VR game is like, and they can get this little 8-minute bite that's sort of equal parts jokes and equal parts showcasing what the gameplay is actually like, is what I was hoping to go for.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people have had a lot of success in doing videos like that. Even people who just don't even show their face, it's just the gameplay, but they are like funny in the background, with their voiceovers. And there's definitely a market with that. Did you dabble into TikTok recently? I saw you had one video which had like quite a lot of views, right?
Yeah, I started dabbling in TikTok, where I'm sort of doing like clips of my videos. I'm putting them on TikTok. And yeah, one of them got like 140,000 views out of nowhere. So I was like, I should probably start looking into this more.
Yeah, we're thinking the same
Tech Man
thing.
told us it's just about consistency.
Yeah, exactly. Which is the hard part for me. But I've got
Yeah.
like so many videos in my backlog now that I'm like, I just need to stay on top of it and use that content.
Yeah, definitely. Well, shout out to Techman, by the way.
Oh yeah,
who's been on the show. He's been crushing it.
he has. I just met him. He's pretty great.
Yeah, it's a really nice guy, and also now posting a lot on his Instagram as well with the same clips as well. So it's kind of diversifying his content.
That's smart.
Yeah. Have you tried with shorts at all on YouTube?
I had a crazy shorts experience because I created a second channel, which has way more subscribers than my original just because of the YouTube shorts.
Yeah.
Which I think has defeated the purpose of the second channel. Because I did like
primary.
yeah, like I had one short that blew up and it's at like 3.6 million views now. Wow. Which is more views than my entire main channel has put together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was just because of that early wave of shorts. Like I started doing them like right when they launched the program, just as like a test. And especially in that early, like that first month, like every short was doing like insane.
Yeah.
They've sort of leveled it out now, I think.
I've seen there's a content creator called, I think it's called Your Pal VR. I think he's on the Beyond Realities. It was Between Realities podcast the other day. And I was looking at his channel because I remember when he first came up, he kind of came up when I was starting my YouTube channel as well. But he has like 100,000 plus subscribers, and I was like, what the hell? He started when I started. and I locked in, and his views are like very similar to mine. It's just that if you go on the most popular, he has some of those shorts, the Among Us shorts, which have hit like 10 million views or something. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it made me wish I had put those on my main channel. But then also it's like the shorts thing, it was hard because that's what I started to realize with that second channel I have is I'm like, even though it has like, I think almost 9,000 subscribers, I get more views on my main channel because it's more consistent content. So it's sort of a trade-off.
Well, that's the thing with his YouTube channel. He's getting like 200-300 views on some videos now. So the people who are there for the shorts, they're just subscribed, but they've not really stuck around. So it's more of a short term is fantastic, but but then in the end of the day, I'd love to have like a YouTube plaque behind me here. So
that's a dream.
What's that, 100K?
I think so.
Yeah, 100K for the silver one. Yeah, that would do. 100K would do.
You'll get there.
We'll get there. We just got to keep being consistent and putting out massive update videos. People love those.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it makes me kind of wish I did more new stuff because whenever there's like a lull in games, because like my stuff is pretty much dependent on the games coming out.
Yeah.
And finding games that are interesting and can create comedic content. So sometimes I'm like, man, I wish I could just do like a review video of like how to make an Oculus video, like how to record in 60 FPS or something.
I know, and you'll get a lot of views that way. But in terms of the comedy VR, I've always been interested in that one because what's your workflow like? Do you kind of plan what you're gonna do or say before you get in, or is a lot of it improvised where you're just in it and you're recording and something funny happened?
Yeah, I mainly just improvise now. I used to try to plan bits, but then it felt too much like I was trying to force it into what I had thought about. Because what I like to do is all my videos, unless it's a game I've done a video on before, the recording session like starts with the very first time I play it.
Yeah.
And I make a point of going in without knowing anything or as little as I can. So part of the video is like, what's the authentic
figuring it out.
Controlled discovery look like? I want people to see what the fumbling looks like and things like that. And then in terms of the jokes, I'll usually record for like 2 hours and just riff off of as many things that happens as I possibly can. And then try to pare it down into like the best 8 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, I see. So I guess you have a ton of content on your computer. You just have to sift through.
I have so many hard drives. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Yeah, tell me
Yeah.
about it. Are you recording on HTC as well then, or is it Oculus now?
I'm just doing Oculus now, mainly because the resolution's better than the launch Vive.
Right, I
Um,
see.
it
Yeah.
looked great for a long time, but now it's at the point where like, you can notice the pixels in it, and I'm like,
Screen
it
door
doesn't hold up.
effect, yeah.
Yeah, the screen door effect. It doesn't hold up as well.
Fair enough. And
Um,
like after you like when you started doing your YouTube channel, did you find that you now play VR games thinking of like what kind of can I do, or can you separate the fact that you can play VR for fun? Because I kind of struggled with that at the start, because I was thinking,
I
oh, maybe
still
I can
struggle with
review
that.
this.
Yeah, it's almost like almost every time I play VR now, I record it, even if I'm not thinking of recording a video. Ooh, the monster's getting to me. That was a bit, I swear. The even like whenever I even just play with people, I'm like, do you mind if I just record this in case something good happens? Because I hate to miss like fun moments. It always seems like it's the time when I'm not recording that I'm like, God, I wish I had that.
Yeah, that is true. That is definitely true. But so you record through the computer, I assume, right? You just
Yeah.
you don't, because you get the it's like most of your videos are widescreen, right? They're not chopped off.
Yeah. I had to do a lot of troubleshooting with Quest to figure out the best way to record the native games right.
Yeah.
And shout out to Disco VR. They had a video about it, which they've updated it now, so you can't really follow the old way to record like 60 FPS widescreen and natively. But I found a way to do it with SideQuest, where it's a pain because I'll record the native gameplay on my headset, like with boosted FPS and in widescreen, which makes the Quest run really weird. Like it'll have screen tearing while you're playing it, but the recording will look fine. So I just kind of deal with it. And then I record the audio and my video separately on the PC at the same time and have to match it up.
Got it. There's a lot of work put into these videos, right?
Yeah. A lot of like, I always have to do like, I have like a little hand dance I do at the beginning so I can match up the hand tracking with the video.
I saw BMF taught me that one.
Yeah.
I do that all the time as well. I just go
like,
1, 2, 3, boom. And then I ruin the video. I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, boom. And then I go through the video and go, oh my gosh, I've done it so many times.
Yep.
So many times. But so obviously you've got the comedy aspect in mind when you go into these VR titles, but is there any titles that you think of that is one of your favorites, apart from obviously jumping into VR chat and messing around?
I mean, I love VR chat. I play a lot of sport mode just because I enjoy the physics of sport mode a lot. And sport mode reminds me a lot of like the old Gary's Mod days, where I can go in, and now they've updated it enough to where they have like all these, like grappling and welding tools and stuff. So I'll just go in and like really have a sandbox time in there, like the old days. But I've also been playing a lot of Pavlov. I play a lot of Pavlov.
Yeah, just a classic.
Yeah, it's my favorite like go-to to like return to every couple of months.
Yeah.
I noticed Eric for President plays that a good amount.
Oh yeah.
Do you take on characters or like different various characters every time you like play and record?
No, I've sort of like settled on like a general character for Obscure Nerd VR, like as a sort of vibe. And so each game I try to stay sort of consistent with that style of comedy that I've sort of geared for the channel now. But VR chat, occasionally I'll just like make a video where I'm like, I'll just go into random worlds, pick an avatar and like pretend like I'm some character related to this avatar and see how people react.
Gotcha. And is it VR chat, but you also do was it Neos as well?
Yeah, Neos VR is like my new favorite because the tools in there are just crazy.
Skiva is very into that one.
He's the one who got me onto it.
Yeah.
He messaged me. He's like, you have to get into Neos. It's perfect for you. And I was like, yeah, I got to check it out now.
Did you check out their spaceship?
I haven't checked it out yet. I really need to. Yeah, I've done some work with those guys. I helped them out with some of the dickhead robot character they have. Sometimes I'll help them write some lines for it.
That's funny.
That's sick.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
man.
good guys.
I'm missing out with not having a PC set up right now. I have not tried it yet, but what is this? What is this spaceship, Samson?
Oh, so Between the Realities spaceship. It's where their set is,
Oh,
and
sick.
there's a couple cool, unique rooms in the basement there.
That's it. That's it. No, that's the hint. A couple of unique.
That's all you're allowed to say about the unique rooms.
Yeah.
You gotta be in it. You know, you gotta be in it. You know,
You
don't
gotta
talk
go
about
check it
Fight
out for
Club,
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You know?
First
Yeah.
rule about the spaceship.
Don't talk
Don't
about
talk about the basement.
Don't talk-
what is in Skeever's basement. Holy shit! I'll have to ask him after this podcast.
Yeah.
Should we talk a little bit about news here? Because we have quite a few things to cover.
Yeah.
First of all, did any of you play Medal of Honor that came out at all?
I have to
Not
confess, I haven't played it yet.
Not
I've been
played
waiting
it
for the first price drop, and I've been waiting like several months now.
Yeah, and when it went on sale before from 60, it only went to 40. I think it was like
yeah, I almost pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. I freaking amazing. I just
Can't
talk.
even-
It's just the thing is, right? I had it for the PC last year, and I really enjoyed it, but there was some issue. I didn't have the best graphics card. There was a little bit of issues, but it ran relatively well. But because I wasn't using Airlink, I didn't think Airlink was a thing at the time, or virtual desktop, my Wi-Fi is just not strong enough for that. But using the cable didn't give this game justice, because with the cable I'm stood there shooting, you know, etc. blah blah blah. Now without a cable, I'm not in my bedroom, I'm in like our living room. I've made a massive space and I'm literally crawling on the floor. I'm on the ground. I'm using my like knee for like support with my arm as I'm trying to like rifle. I'm super immersed. Immersed.
Here's where the views are. Come on, you got to record this.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Camera.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I should record this because I look like an absolute crazy person, but it's amazing. It's fun. It's so good. Like my housemates were just in the kitchen cooking, and you could see the room through their kitchen. And they were like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm taking out Nazis. I'm in the Nazi killing business."
What do you want from me?
What do you want from me? Do you want us to die?
Do you want Hitler to win?
Exactly.
I have to do my part.
Exactly.
The real war ended, but in the VR world, it's still going strong.
Stop putting me off. Yeah, I'll get to the part where I'll start calling out orders or anything, and I might end up wearing a full-on military costume next time I play. You know, just that'd be good for the views. Just
is the multiplayer great in that? Because that's what I've been excited to try.
So that's what I've not tried yet. I'm more of a single-player person in VR. No, I'm more of a multiplayer, I guess, but I haven't tried it yet. I'm just having so much fun with a single player, and I'm still on mission 1, but mission 1 is broken down into many segments, and it takes a while to finish the first mission. And yeah, I'm just having too much fun in it, because even the fact of it's so immersive in terms of the guns and in terms of how you reload. Like when you hit a sniper shot, you come straight out the scope, you move your hands to like reload the rifle, and then you're back into the scope. And then the reloading is really good. The fact that you have to, the way you throw grenades, you have to either take the pin off or you can take it out with your mouth and throw the grenades. You know, yeah, well, you can. I don't know if there's a crouch button, but me just crouching in real life helps a lot.
You got to do the real crouch. You got
the real crouch is much more fun.
Do squats, yeah. Do squats.
Yeah, there you go.
I was sweating in my last play session. It was ridiculous, and then, you know, just playing a shooter. But I don't know if the multiplayer is good yet. But I've seen some reviews of the multiplayer, and they said it was pretty good for now. But it's one of those things that, will it hold up in the next few weeks?
Yeah,
you know,
I was gonna say it's the first weekend this weekend. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, and then you got After the Fall coming out in 2 weeks' time. When that comes out, are people just going to play that, and then no one's going to be on no one's going to be a Medal of Honor, then your $40 purchase on Medal of Honor has kind of gone down the drain.
I wonder how big the multiplayer rooms are. Like
they're 5v5, so
okay,
10-player rooms.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty good size.
Yeah.
You could get enough content creators to, fill a room.
Yeah, and keep it alive for a while.
Yeah. I guess we'll be okay, but I just, for the general public,
Yeah.
I don't know if that will happen, but I'm super impressed of how the port is as well. The port's really accurately done to what it was on PC.
That's good.
I think I don't know if on PC they just messed up the optimization, reason why it was 170 gig, or they put more assets in there that was needed because the player doesn't see it. I don't know what happened in that version, to be honest, because the Oculus Quest 2 version, I've not done like a side-to-side comparison, but from what I was thinking, I was like, this looks pretty accurate. I can see some of the character models don't look as detailed, but to be honest, the character models looked a bit stupid anyway. They weren't the best. They weren't the best character models anyway. So the main thing is that the gameplay feels just like how it felt before. And it runs well. It bugged. It had a few bugs for me initially, but I think that was more to do with my Quest than it was actually the game. But yeah, for right now, if you just wanted it just for single player, I would pay $40 for this game just for single player, to be honest.
And is it the only game on your Quest right now?
Yeah, with the 64 gig Quest, unfortunately. No, I have.
That's what I'm nervous about.
I have managed to download some other games because it takes up 41 gigs. I factory resetted my Quest to get it on there because I deleted everything that I could delete and it still wasn't enough. So I had to factory reset, and this was before Walkabout had cloud save, so I lost all that progress and all my all my balls.
Get all those
are gone.
Balls back.
Yeah,
gotta get those balls.
Yeah.
You know what? I miss my balls.
They're at the end of the shaft.
They're at the end.
I miss my shaft and balls. I'm stuck with some generic ones.
Oh, that's the worst. I hate it when that happens.
But even resetting the Quest, it left 50 gigs of space on the 64 gig Quest, which was quite still substantial. I thought, that's 14 gigs gone. And then obviously Medal of Honor was 41 gigs, so I had 9 gigs free. So I put Walkabout on there, the Top Golf, which we'll talk about later, and what else did I put on there? I think that was it.
It's a pretty good selection.
She's full.
Just a bit of golf and shooting, but yeah, I'd honestly recommend it to you all, unless you're in it for multiplayer, then I guess hold out and try.
No, I picked it up. I did install the PC VR version though.
Yeah,
I think if I pick it up, that might be what I do. But now I'm out of space on my hard drive on my PC. So
all those videos
keep getting me. Yeah, exactly. It's too much.
I would definitely say give it a go on Quest 2 because it runs really well. It's not a shitty port. Like it runs, I think it runs as well as Walking Dead does coming from a port as well. Because Walking Dead runs quite well.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. And I think this one
I just factory reset my headset as well, actually. So it might be time.
Yeah, it might be time. Get that. I might
get it back.
I was thinking of buying another Quest just for this game. I was like, maybe I'll just buy one and that'll be the Medal of Honor Quest over there. But
honestly, that's not a bad move.
It's not a bad move, no. But I definitely recommend you all play it. And well, speaking of, we spoke about After the Fall briefly. Let's talk about the news on that. After the Fall has a pre-order launch edition, which is the first time I've seen something like this in VR, unless I'm mistaken, where if you pre-order it, you get 10% off, and plus it includes the whole first season of content, which will have a new map, a game mode, a new weapon, and another map for the new PvP mode that they also announced as well, which is like a head-to-head team deathmatch type of thing, rather than just slaying zombies with 4 people. I've not seen a game do this before where they've had a pre-order launch edition that included much more content if you pre-order, but it's pretty good. Like if you're thinking of picking up the game, it's 10% off all the way up to launch. If you pick it up the day of launch or the day after, you won't get any of this first season content. So if you're thinking of it, pre-order it.
Right.
Are you both thinking of getting this game? Are you excited for this one?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I think it looks good. I'm kind of worn out on the zombie games, but if you make a good zombie game, I'll get it.
Yeah.
That's my rule.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it on Steam.
I might
Steam.
do that today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is going to be definitely a better one to get on PC.
Yeah.
Amazingly, this is 3 gigs of data on the Quest 2. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, 3 gigs.
That's insane.
Yeah. Look how tiny.
They must have optimized the heck out of it.
This podcast I'm recording now is going to be more than 3 gigs.
It's going to be 3 gigs.
Yeah. It's like 3 gigs. You can see it on the Oculus. It might be like 3.4 gigs or something, but yeah, it's in the 3. It's in the 3s. I know compared to something like Medal of Honor, I was getting worried about my 64 gig Quest, but maybe it's just the anomaly of Medal of Honor.
Yeah. The Medal of Honor game does have a track record of not being super optimized for disk space.
No. So yeah, for 3 gigs, it's weird to me because I'm like, it's 3 gigs. Surely, because obviously the visuals are going to take a massive hit. They haven't shown Quest 2 footage at all yet.
Yeah.
Which
that's the question. Yeah.
It kind of worries me, but I guess for you two, it'll be fine because you're going to run it on PC. And I think this is definitely probably going to be one for the PC people more than anything. It's just nice that they've got it on Quest 2. But yeah. Andy, you go on.
Oh, do you guys know how big the Blade and Sorcery on Quest was? I was thinking of picking that up, but I don't know how big that file was.
Now, I guess.
Yeah, I'm curious how well they optimized that, because that looked surprisingly good for that port. I can see why they spent so much time working on that.
Yeah, I think there's a few bugs in that game, but when there's bugs in the game, I'm pretty sure they'll iron that out in the next few weeks or something.
Yeah, probably.
420.
420, yeah.
It's not bad.
See, I think a lot of games are like pretty good, to be honest. I think Resident Evil is 12 gigs. And I think that's your largest game, except from obviously Medal of Honor. And except from having something like Samson's synth riders with tons and tons of custom songs.
All the custom songs. Yeah, Mist, I think, is about 10 or 11 or something. Mm-hmm. And Contractors is actually pretty big too. I think with their latest update, it's over 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Andy, are you you're more of a multiplayer gamer then?
Yeah, I like the I mean, I've actually, because of the videos, I've been getting more into single player games, but I think the games that I return to are usually the multiplayer ones.
Yeah. You dabble in Population 1 at all?
Yeah, I actually used to play with Alex VR a lot. We get in there and get some wins. I haven't played Pop 1 in a long time though, actually, probably like a month or two.
It's one of those games where if you leave it for a while, it could take you a little while to get back into it too, because everyone's so much better now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I missed the whole meta of whatever's happening. I get back in, I don't know what the weapons are the good ones that people are using now.
Yeah, kind of start from fresh.
Yeah, I think that was one of the most like consistently fun first-person shooter online games I played on VR so far.
Early in the Quest 2 life cycle as well. I think that came out in November, like a month after the Quest 2 came out, and yeah, that's still holding up. They're putting out tons of content. They're pushing that game a hell of a lot. So
yeah, but I even remember like in 2017, I think I was big into the raw data. You remember that game?
Yeah,
I used to play the multiplayer for that all the time, which I think they just shut down completely. Which was sad to me. It was like a hero shooter, and nobody I've ever talked to remembers it. I think I was the only guy who ever played this.
Yeah, I've never played it, but I know which one you're talking about.
It's like I'm not totally convinced it. Like I remember playing it, but like it's like that point where I'm like, is everyone gaslighting me? I keep bringing it up, and people are like, no, yeah.
This might just be in your dreams, and this is the game that you're destined to make one day.
I think it is, yeah. A 2017 hero shooter.
Did you ever play Demio at all?
No, that's one that I picked up a lot, like when it came out, and I just haven't gotten a group together for it.
Oh man, we gotta get you into our groups.
I need to get in there because it looks like it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, especially if we have
definitely.
PJ from Very
Yeah,
Odd Verdict.
we need
He's like our
PJ.
dungeon master who just knows everything. It's like, okay.
See, that's what I need. I need someone to be my shepherd into the Demio world.
Yeah, he's definitely the person for that. And well, speaking of which, we've got a new map that's been announced. That was a sick segue, by the way.
Almost like you did it on purpose.
It's almost like I asked that question to tee it off, you know. It's a new map called Roots of Evil. This is the first map since June with the Rat King, or May. You know, I think they released the game in March, and then the new map came out almost instantly, like a couple months after the first map. And yeah, it's been a long time. Roots of Evil, December 16th. It's going to be a free update to anyone who owns Demio, which is big because I always thought they were going to charge after the Rat King, to be honest. But I guess it didn't.
I think they're going to do a few free ones like Walkabout before they started charging.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Samson, as a Demio fan, what are your thoughts, and are you super excited?
Oh, I'm pumped. Yeah. Anything to get me back into Demio. Sounds like we got to get Andy in with PJ.
Get me in there.
The four of us. Yeah.
Get some onboarding on. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The merging of the time zones again.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, I'm super excited for this too because we've played the Rat King. We played, what's the first one called? I can't remember what the first level is called. First map's called
OG.
This is the OG Demio one, right? Board. And now we've got the Roots of Evil. I'm pretty sure PJ's probably like he knows those people well, so he's probably testing it now. He tested the Rat King one before, but I haven't asked him, so I don't really know. But that's why he's a dungeon master. He kind of knows everything before we go in. He's like, yeah, this happens.
Yeah, you're like, hey, if I do this, will this happen? He's like, yeah, or no.
Or just
great.
Straight up, no, that's a stupid move.
It's a bad thing to do.
Sometimes I
could do that, but this would happen.
Yeah, the actual Rat King. The Rat King comes and then he just takes control of everything. We're just like, PJ, what do we do? Yeah. Go over here, over there, over here. Got it.
Just plays God.
But sometimes you need that, Sometimes you need that, especially for that game,
Yeah, sometimes I don't. Yeah, I don't want to make the decision.
Sometimes I just don't want to play.
I like the visuals. I like the teamwork, but just tell me what to do.
I wonder if they put any new modes or anything into this. There's not much details about it yet.
Usually there's a couple like cards or something.
Yeah, there'll be a few new cards but I wonder if they ever put a spectator mode in so people can watch. That's a long game to watch, but I wonder if people will be into that. I feel like there will be some people that are into that.
Oh yeah, that seems like it could be a whole little scene for people who are into D&D.
Yeah, definitely. Or at least just jump in just to see how people, tackle different enemies or whatever.
My friend Kai was telling me that he really wants the ability to watch Rocket League games in VR. I assume from like the outside or something.
Oh, that like in the audience.
Yeah. Like, imagine if you like walk around the whole world of all the multiplayer games going on, and you could just like walk up to the various ones, peek in.
Yeah. Or just be like
your arena
stadium aspect of that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Or the same with Thrill of the Fight, be just a member of the audience.
Oh man, that Rocket League idea is great. I hope somebody figures that out because that would be so cool to watch like a live, like competitive, like tournament or something in that way.
Yeah, it'd be so.
Yeah, that'd be amazing for the esports. It'd be fantastic.
Get on it, Epic.
Yeah, get on. You're listening,
Samson. Samson, I say you get on it. What are you doing? Go do some coding courses.
Yeah,
coding. Getting, I don't even, what do you have to get rights to the right? I don't even know how you get
you'll build something similar and then they'll buy it off you for the
build a Rocket League clone in VR.
yeah with like horses or something.
No, that would be cool, like an online gladiator arena where everybody's watching. That'd be kind of fun.
Or like a Gorn but like and everyone's watching.
Yeah, like Gorn, but with an audience.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
He dies.
You know what's funny is to this day, my Gorn video is the only video that YouTube restricted, and I've never known why.
Like,
was it too gory?
It was too gory, I think. Yeah, and I was like, that's so weird that they were cool with like Hard Bullet, where I was like shredding virtual bodies in a shredder.
Well, Blade and Sorcery as well is like a brutal game.
Yeah.
I think Julian Techman Jew, he's got a video where he's decapitating someone and then lifting her head up.
Oh yeah.
And that was fine for TikTok and everything, but then other things he's done is just like no.
Yeah, I've done some things in Blade and Sorcery that I still am like, man, that's how you know it's a visceral game where you like kill somebody and you're like, I feel bad about that.
I feel a little sick, you know.
I'm upset about how that went down.
Yeah. You take
I'm
your headset
sorry,
off.
man. I'm sorry.
Take your headset off, book some therapy sessions.
Yeah.
What's your therapy at? I decapitated someone. Wait, what? And it's VR. I just feel bad. Still, I feel bad.
I think Gorn has like a mode where you can change the blood to like something else, something much more juvenile, like
a Halo kind of
party
skull.
favorite, like like party favors or something like this, you know,
like the Halo skull with the headshots.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I used to do that all the time. But yeah, what are we talking about? We had tangents.
Have you played the Golf Plus?
Yeah,
so I was about to ask about that.
I've played both of the golf stuff, to be honest. So Golf Plus is the new update for Top Golf Pro Putt. In the notes, I put Top Golf with Profit. I just threw me off for a second.
Profit.
Yes. But yeah, Top Golf Pro Putt has now changed its names to Golf Plus, which makes more sense because Top Golf Pro with Pro Putt is kind of like a long name. Now they've got a few things in there. Golf Plus includes PGA courses, so actual proper licensed courses that you can play full swing. Obviously,
did you buy it?
No, I didn't know.
Okay.
So we've also got the Top Golf part, and we've also got the standard Pro Putt game as well in there. So it's a really good value for money now for $20. But with the PGA licensed courses, I realized that it only comes with one, and it's not a PGA licensed one. It's just a made up course. And then if you want to buy an actual licensed course, it's $7.99 per course, which initially I thought was quite steep, $7.99 for a course, but then factor in all the licenses that they have to put in, and they're still keeping the game at $20. It kind of makes a little sense. It might be a bit crazy once they've got so many courses in there, you know.
Yeah, they're gonna have to have a bundle sort of deal at some point.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But for now, there's one course that you can buy. There's a second one that's been teased and it's coming soon, so I'm assuming it will come in the next month before the end of the year. The $7.99 per course. If you're super into it, then definitely go for it. I still have the problem with Pro Putt or with Golf Plus that I've had with the Pro Putt, where say you're in Walkabout Mini Golf, for example, and you're going to take a putt. Even if you're standing up and you're not bending down, that putter will still increase in size until it gets to the ground, you know, no matter what, right? Where in Pro Putt, it doesn't really, you can increase the size, but for some reason, I'm 6'3", and for some reason, every time I have to bend too much, I have to bend over way too much, and it's kind of uncomfortable.
It's a maximum size.
Yeah, I'm at the maximum size, and I still have to bend over a little bit too much.
You got to tweet at Ryan, man. Tell him to make that bigger.
I tweeted at him, and I think it was he said it was more of a me problem, but I tweeted at him like,
I want it to be immersive. He's like, that's the real problem you'd have with real putters. So
that's true. That is true. But I think that actually, you know, it's a funny you mentioned that, Andy. My golf clubs in real life are 2 inches increased in length.
So there you go.
So that might be right. You know, we've got the clubs.
Raise your floor, man. Raise your floor.
That's what I'll have to
VR. Do. Yeah, you can go the
I'll
other
have to
way.
Raise my floor. Yeah,
that's smart.
It's just a pain. It's just a pain to do that. You know, it's like touch your floor. No, my floor's up here.
It's at my waist, I swear.
Trust me.
trust me, the floor is here.
This is the floor you're looking for.
This is the floor. Exactly. Or maybe you should play on my knees or something, and it would be fine too.
Yeah, there you go.
So I found the experience a little bit uncomfortable because of that. But if I look past that, because I think most people won't have that problem. If most
people are not 6'3", this is true.
Yeah, or maybe my Quest is just being weird. And but I overall though, I think the game's really fun. I think if that's what you're looking for, if you're a golfer, you're gonna really like it, because it's not obviously as accurate as swinging a club, but if you swing it wrong, it's gonna slice. It's gonna do all sorts. It's not just like a Wii Golf, where you can just wiggle your arm and it will do it. You can do it with one arm and it will do something, but still, it's not going to be great.
That's awesome.
And it feels really good. And there's still a few tweaks that they need to make. Like some of the textures look a bit off. Quick note as well, this is only for Quest 2. They could not do it for Quest 1. It says that on their description as well, and they apologize and everything, but they just couldn't do it.
It's good that they were open about that.
Yeah, because some people aren't.
some people hide that until you try, and you're like, oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
Can you not update the games though and still play on Quest 1, like the older version, if you will?
Well, on the Quest 1, it just won't show the update on Quest 1. Won't show. Yeah. On that.
I see.
Yeah, they won't just put it in. But also with the PGA license, they said they're going to include. Later they're going to include a trainer and instruction, and like a golf instructor.
That's kind of fun
as well, which is which I like. Is I think the thing is it's built by people who are really passionate about golf, and they I think they put a lot of effort and passion into this project, and that's why it's a shame for me that maybe it's just me getting it wrong, and next week I'll sort it out and I'll tell you like this is amazing. But right now,
listen, I've Googled it. It's 3.9% of American population are adult men 6'2" and over.
Oh, wow. There we go. Wow, is that it? Is that it? Look how many basketballs.
Yeah, that's actually lower than I thought it would be.
I guess it's just everyone who's in that 3% are either basketball players or just.
Yeah, you should have done basketball.
I tried at uni. I vomited during training. It was so intense.
Yeah,
it's
Once
true.
You get the VR basketball games, you're going to be killing though.
Yeah, I'm not even jumping.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to be able to just put it right in. It's just me thing.
But yeah, have you checked out Golf Plus? Or
I'm super excited to check it out because I play a lot of golf in real life.
Yeah,
and I have a buddy who I used to do Walkabout with him like every week, and we did Top Golf as well before the Golf Plus. And the first thing I said when we did the driving range version of it, I was like, why don't they have full courses in here? They need that immediately, because that's what I want to do right now.
Yeah.
And now that this is out, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm probably going to hop in right after this because I've been waiting for that for a while.
Yeah, I think you're gonna love it.
I know somebody I convinced to get a Quest. He bought Top Golf and then was a little sad that they didn't have full courses. I texted him like the other day when it released. He was like, all right, now I got to hop back in. It's been a while.
He's like, where is it? Where is it? Oh, let me dust it off here.
Yeah.
It's great for the, like, if like it plays really well. And I think I haven't played the PGA course, but if the PGA course looks pretty accurate and judging by the screenshots and such, it pretty much does. It's a cool alternative, especially when the weather's going to be terrible. Golfing season's pretty much over now. It's nice just to jump in there and actually, Walkabout's a phenomenal game, but this is more of a real deal feel. Real deal feel.
Need some of those Masters courses.
Oh, dude, if they can get
$15-20 each.
Oh yeah,
if they can get Augusta in there, I'll pay for it. That'd be amazing.
See, I think that's when it'll start getting really cool. Is the more courses they license, and you start to get courses that people like have always wanted to play in real life.
Yeah,
the
iconic ones like playing Sawgrass or Pebble Beach or something, or TPC Boston or something like that, right? If they can put some of those iconic ones in there, it's going to be good. But that's a massive win for them to get a PGA license. That's massive.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That came out of nowhere as well. They just announced that like just before they dropped it.
I mean, that's really them like setting themselves up to be like the golf VR experience moving forward, even, whatever they come out with next, if they do come out with something next. Like, I think they're setting themselves up to be like the forerunner of VR golf games.
Because another golf course sees that and they're like, oh, we want in on that.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
I'm surprised that they called it Golf Plus and they didn't call it PGA.
Yeah.
You might need more license, like, an actual agreement then.
True. Yeah, true. It may be more expensive. Maybe that's one day they go that route in the future, because I think having
Tiger Woods Golf Plus.
Tiger Woods Golf Plus. Yeah. Yeah, but the thing, like the PGA, I've actually been playing a lot of PGA 2K21 or 2K20 on the PS5. It's been the house game for the last 2 months. We've been crushing it. Even last night at 1 a.m. we were playing it, having a great time. I love that game. It's fantastic, and the course builders and the amount of courses that's in there. If Topgolf can get a little bit closer to that in terms of how many courses they have, I think it's gonna be really good, especially with the social aspect. I didn't do multiplayer, but every time I have done multiplayer in Pro, it's been so much fun. It's been really good, and the people actually want to have a good conversation with you too.
Yeah, I'm excited. I might have to try the multiplayer after this today.
Yeah, definitely jump into that.
Look forward to the video.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be weird. A lot of shaft jokes.
A lot of shaft jokes. Where's my balls?
Where's the
wood?
Yeah. Cut my wood.
I only use my wood in the morning.
Moving on. Walkabout Mini Golf, another golf game. It's a golf episode today. Gardens of Babylon DLC came out as well, which is their first ever paid course. It's $2.99, I believe. That's American price. $2.99. It's going to be part of the Lost Cities pack. So essentially, this is going to be their course. Then next year, they're going to come out with, or throughout 2022, they're going to come out with more courses. Some of them are going to be on the Lost Cities theme. Some of them are going to be some other random courses. But eventually, when all their Lost Cities comes out, then they're going to release that as a pack to buy. So I don't know why you'd wait for that pack. Just get the course. It's $2.99, and like that's worth every penny for me. Samson, have you jumped into it?
No, I bought it, but I haven't jumped in yet.
No. Andy, you Walkabout fan?
I like Walkabout a lot, and they sent me a code for this, and I haven't tried it yet. But I'm definitely going to try it soon, because Walkabout was like one of the first games that got me like really hooked on VR.
Yeah.
One of the games
it kept me and my brother in touch through the early pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And even like friends I have who weren't VR, like other comedians I know, I just sent one of my buddies a video of Walkabout, and he's like, I'm buying a Quest so we can play Walkabout, because he moved away after the pandemic, and that's like how we keep in contact. Is once a week we'll just have like beers and hit the mini golf course for a while.
Yeah, definitely.
It's so great.
Did
you see the AR app they're trying to release? Like, it's so you can basically play in 2D. Like, basically, it would use like your phone's camera to track, and like you see the Walkabout world, and then you golf with your device, and you can play with the people in VR.
That's pretty cool.
It is gonna make multiplayer like even bigger.
Yeah, I've not,
because then you can play with your roommates.
Yeah, exactly. It's been the game I keep showing people off when I give them the Quest, and even my uncle who has a Quest too, he bought one in the summertime. He only plays Walkabout pretty much. Like, that's the only game he plays, and he doesn't even like golf. Never really liked golf, but he loves that game. Even the other day, he always sends me every week. He sends me hole in one. Actually, in fact, I just got a message. That was from Samson. I thought it was from him now, because I got it like yesterday. I got 2 different hole-in-ones from the Babylon course.
It's so funny.
And I was like, oh my days, night mode, and and he said he's found all the balls, and he's got all the he's got the putter already, and it came out. He got it on the day it came out, and he
scratch talking you. Where you at, Dan?
He crushed it. Yeah, crushed it. Yeah, I need to play with him more. check those leaderboards, you know. Yeah, I literally have nothing now because I factory reset it. So.
Oh yeah.
But I've played Gardens of Babylon. I've played the night mode and the day mode. It's hard, but I don't know if that's just because it's a new course and I'm just trying to get used to all the nooks and crannies, but it feels a little bit different to every other course, you know. I don't know if it's because they've paid for it, but it felt like to me that world felt a little bit different. I can't really picture why. It feels a little bit more claustrophobic, but that's not in a bad way. But everything's more tighter. There's a lot of different obstacles in there. There's no big feature like a wind feature that we had in Quixote Valley is what how you pronounce it. Yeah. We don't have any of that, which is kind of a shame that they didn't put something like that or a new mechanic in there. But you know, it's still a really good course. It's a really fun course, and I can see there's a lot of opportunities for trick shots where things are placed as well. I'm just not good enough to pull them off. But even like the 18th hole is like you just have for the daytime, you got to try and get it in a fountain for a hole in one.
Oh man.
And then on the night mode version is that the fountain, all the water's gone and the hole is on the actual fountain. So you got to strategically put your ball onto like the 6th hole, which will then bounce onto the 18th hole in order to get it on, you know. So they've done a kind of cool few things, and they've got like a turning screw in there, which does something too. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I need to recommend it because people are going to buy it no matter what. It's fantastic. It's just another great course. I think all their courses are solid, to be honest. I don't think there's one course that's a bit meh to play.
Guess we'll have to hop into practice before we play tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely.
Get that swing back.
Yeah. Definitely. Samson, did you play any Lucky's Tale, or have you played that before?
Oh yeah. No, I'd never played it before. I hopped in, played the first like 4 levels. Honestly, I love platformers. Like I was a big Crash Bandicoot fan growing up, and it's like so far like pretty simple. Camera work camera work feels better than like when I played Vex. Like it moves a lot more naturally. I don't find myself like having to really like move myself into awkward positions to like see the character. And yeah, it's pretty simple. You get a double jump, you get like a spin attack, and you get like a body slam, and you go around collecting coins, looking for your little piggy. And if you're into platformers, I definitely recommend it. Yeah, full disclosure, I won it in Gamertag's Patreon giveaway, so I did not actually pay for it, but you know, I think it's probably, if you're into platformers, it's probably worth the money.
Yeah, this is an original Oculus Rift title originally, and this is more of like a remastered version of it, and it just dropped out of nowhere. There was no like announcement or anything. It was just like
no announcement.
Oh, it's out now. It's like, oh, we didn't even know it's coming. And it's for those of you who don't have it or don't win it in giveaways, it's $19.99.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Pique your interest, Andy, at all?
Yeah, I was surprised. The first VR platformer I played was Moss, and I did not think I would like VR platformers as much as I do. It's like surprisingly, I think one of the best like games, like game types that translates to VR.
Yeah,
because what you can do with the camera work, you can like sort of build these beautiful worlds while also building an interesting platformer in a way that you're sort of limited on a flat screen game. And I loved Ven VR a lot, which I wish more people played. So this is like the one of the big platformers that I haven't tried yet. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Have you tried the Astrobot on PlayStation VR or not?
I tried it once, like way when it first came out.
Yeah, another phenomenal one. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I had
that one I haven't played. Yeah.
I had the same reaction to you when you had it to Moss. Like I didn't think it was going to work, and I played it. I was like, oh my god, this actually translates so well. And it's super fun, so engaging. And
I'm glad
kind of
that
relaxing.
Developers figured that out.
Yeah, it's a weird one because you're right. Something like first-person shooters, you'd be like, okay, of course that's gonna translate well into VR, and sometimes it doesn't. But platformers, you don't think it will translate at all, but it just works. They've found a good way, or at least some of them have found a really good way to work. So I'm excited for Lucky Star. I might pick it up myself actually, because it sounds like a nice
for the future of VR platformers for sure. I mean,
Same.
there's so few of them right now. Like,
yeah,
they're gonna figure out some really cool mechanics eventually.
I totally agree. I can't wait till there's like the first like really big budget VR platformer where someone like really commits to it and takes everything that they've learned from all these different like successful titles already out and just like blows a lid on it.
Yeah. It's coming. Just coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. It's gonna be a while. But speaking of something that's coming and it's gonna probably take a while, is the force feedback haptic gloves. And oh my god, the segues are amazing today.
That was a good segue.
off the
wall. I guess maybe I shouldn't announce it's a segue afterwards because it defeats the point.
No, that's what lands the segue.
Yeah,
it's like the nice button on it.
Is that what you do as a comedian? You just say the joke and you're like, oh, that joke hits so hard.
Yeah, you finish the joke and you say that was a good punchline.
Yeah, that was a great punchline.
You can tell by all of y'all's laughter.
You see how you're laughing? That's a good joke.
Yeah, you see you're laughing. Yeah, you're not laughing. Get out. It's not for you.
You didn't get it.
So Meta, I guess it's still a bit weird calling it Meta, rather than Oculus and Facebook and such. But Meta shows off some advanced force feedback in these haptic gloves, which have, I mean, how could you describe them, Samson? Or these gloves, because they've got like little black things that pop out. They've got motors everywhere. And it's completely tethered to something, or to the PC as well.
Yeah, it's connected to a computer, I think, right now, and I think they've got like some sort of liquid, and you just like they kind of look like spider hands, like where they have a lot of little like sensors type of deal. And as your real hand pushes in on things, the sensors like go in a bit, and you get the force feedback. I mean, they're super rudimentary right now, and like in beyond version, pre-version 1, really. But you can tell where the future is headed, and it is friggin' cool.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, they put out like a 1.5-minute video which they played some Jenga, like they've grabbed like a ball and such, and they played some Jenga with another person who also had a glove on in a completely different place, like VR would do, and they also did a thumb war as well, which was pretty cool.
I like that.
I really want to try it. I think it would be sensational. No pun intended.
To try it.
Yeah. Sensations. And Andy, yeah, what are your thoughts on it?
They're only $5K, okay?
Only 5, easy.
You can actually buy them?
That.
Yeah, it says Sense Club's $5,000 wireless force feedback gloves start shipping on Upload VR.
Oh wow!
I'll get that, and then I'll get that like $4,000 Varho. Is how you say it? That headset. We'll pair them together.
Ultimate.
Yeah, the 10 grand setup.
Is there a return policy on those gloves? Can I return it after 2 weeks?
There is bulk orders. Bulk orders of 10 or more bring that down to 3,500. So we just need
we just put it together.
People. Yeah.
Yeah. We need round some people here.
I'm excited for these though. Because the only other haptic feedback gloves I had seen before were the ones, I think it was on Thrill's channel, where those ones were like very experimental by like an indie company, and it was like little claws attached to gloves.
Yeah.
And the way those worked was like when you touch something, it pulls your finger back, which I thought was interesting, but seemed really cumbersome to actually be able to produce as a product. And it seemed like it would just break all the time when you have all these like appendages coming off of it.
Right.
I would put that down and break those off. And I think this is like a great, like sort of opposite approach on the feedback, where instead of pulling back, it's pushing in. And I think that's ultimately going to work better in the long run.
Yeah, I totally agree. The mechanical aspect of those gloves that you're talking about, is not great for the future. I mean, you see like even my trackpad on my Mac, that's not an actual mechanical trackpad anymore. It's using force feedback, and less moving parts is not going to break as easily. And Yeah, I think this is going to be great. This is going to be fantastic. Could you see something like this, finally? Because after that Connect where we just got all these holograms and stuff, that we were like, I can't imagine this happening for a long time. If George Lucas thought of this 20 years ago, where were you? But these, at least we can see some sort of prototypes happening. And I think this is going to be maybe a 5-year time cycle, and we'll have something more tangible that everyone can use, So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
It's going to make a massive difference, because then you can finally put all these games in hand tracking, because the one thing that hand tracking lacks is the fact that you don't have the feedback,
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with hand tracking games with that.
Yeah.
Because that's my biggest pet peeve is you'll go to grab something in hand tracking and you'll have your fingers like this, but the object's like right here, so your fingers start glitching out because it's like you're inside of the object.
Yeah. And imagine how, I don't know how much they can take this further. Can they have something like this in Medal of Honor where you don't have to use a controller, you can actually hold the gun and it feels like you're holding more of a weighted object? Can we go that far? I don't know. We can definitely have something cool with when we had our guest on, Lee from Tribe XR, a couple of weeks ago. He was talking about hand tracking in his game or learning tool, should I say, with a DJing tool. And the thing is that they just can't do it because there's no feedback. You can't do any DJing with no feedback. You need, because you need to look at something else and have your hand somewhere else to kind of toggle tools, and it just doesn't work. So yeah, something like this is perfect for it. And yeah, it's gonna be massive.
That would be awesome, DJing with hand tracking, because Tribe XR is a really cool experience already, but that would take that to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. So I guess we've kind of talked about what we've been playing throughout this episode, but Andy, have you been playing anything recently you want to talk about?
Oh man, let's see, what have I been getting into trouble in recently? I just recently tried the new Into the Radius VR update, because Into the Radius is great. It's like a really immersive sort of like horror-based survival shooter. But the new update that they just pushed out like added like a lot to it, which this game came out like a year or so ago, and now they just recently added all these survival elements. So there's like a whole like water system and stuff like that, and they have like a huge added like attachment system for the guns and weapons. So I've been getting into that. And what's funny, like the most peaceful VR experience I do now in my downtime is VR calligraphy.
VR calligraphy.
Have you tried this? No. It's called uCalligrapher. Nobody's tried it, or I don't know anyone who's tried it. And I did a video on it, and it was like the only video I've seen on it. But like, it's just so peaceful. They play like nice, like traditional music. It teaches you Chinese, and it like shows you the symbols and what the words mean, and you have to just like practice the calligraphy for it. Such a weirdly like satisfying experience.
Wow. What was it called again?
Interesting. uCalligrapher.
uCalligrapher.
Is that on Oculus or is it on like Steam?
Yeah, it's on Steam. I think it's free or very cheap.
$12.99.
Oh, okay. It's more than I thought, but it's kind of fun.
Oh, yeah. I never heard of that one before. That's a good shout out there.
Yeah, I like looking for like the like sort of obscure titles that seem like they'd be
it's
sort
really
of out
new.
of the box.
It just came out on the 25th of October.
Wow. Yeah. So shout out to uCalligraphy.
Yeah. Shout out to uCalligraphy. Samson, anything else you've been playing rather than Lucky's Tale?
What else?
We're diving into Walkabout tomorrow, but
yeah, I've been introducing over the last like 3 weeks. My cousin and his girlfriend have been coming over, and I've slowly been introducing them to the VR. They love it. What did I show them first?
How old's your cousin?
He's like 26, I think.
26.
He Oh, first game I showed him was like Thrill to Fight. He was loving that. He was like, yo, like, can I beat someone up? And then next he was like, yo, can I shoot something? And I want him to put him in like a more simple. So I put him in Pistol Whip, and he was loving Pistol Whip. Pistol Whip threw his girlfriend off at first because you're constantly moving forward.
Oh yeah.
And then today, I was gonna show him some PC VR. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna throw him first, but I really think I might just put him in Half-Life Alyx.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
There's gonna be
because it does offer a pretty good intro. Yeah.
The intro in Half-Life Alyx is dope. It's so dope.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, this is what actual VR
Especially
can be.
If you played Half-Life 2 as well, it's just like the perfect merging of like VR at its best and also being super nostalgic to like how that game started out where you're in the city.
Yeah. That'd be a great shout. Yeah, maybe put him in the B Haptics Fest as well.
He really wanted to be in that. I couldn't. He had trouble with contractors, just like because he's so new to VR, just like he couldn't really figure out how to move around. He's like, whoa, basically he's like the UI is really different in different games. I was like, yeah, this is no like standard, like this is how you get to the menu.
Yeah,
this is
still
what the
figuring
menu
it out.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I might also try to put him in Flight Sim just because like it looks so beautiful and you're just kind of pretty stationary. Yeah.
You're gonna get him to buy a Quest and a $3,000 PC as well.
There's no way he's gonna get a PC, but I do think a Quest could be on the horizon for him.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. No pun intended with the horizon. I'm not sure.
maybe.
I'm just being meta.
Oh my god! Oh. I wanna, can we kick out on Zoom here?
Yeah.
I can mute him.
Did they answer?
I'll leave myself. I'll see myself out.
Good job of coming to the end of the show here.
Yeah.
For me, I haven't played anything but Medal of Honor and the golf games that we talked about. To be honest,
nice.
I can't wait to dive into. That's what I'm gonna do. Like, I've got a few things happening later today, and then in the evening, I have no plans. I'm just planning to go back to war. You know,
there you go.
I think I'm gonna be on D-Day soon, on the beaches soon. So, you know, I'll see you guys after.
I'll see you on the beach.
Yo, I mean, yeah, we gotta obviously try to get something going via like a Twitter chat or something for Demio.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah,
get me in there.
Or do like if anyone's interested, if we head to the Let's Talk Oculus Discord. That's probably the best way. We can make a little Demio group chat.
Nice plug. I like it.
Yeah, we should do that for our golf as well, because we just do that on Twitter for some reason, even though we have a Discord. So yeah,
gotta use that Discord.
Gotta use that Discord more.
Yeah, I'm also, I think later today I'm gonna record a video. Have you guys seen anything about that Replica, the AI conversation app?
No.
Oh yes, I saw BMF do a video.
Yeah, BMF did a video on that. I think I'm going to try that out. It's basically just an app where they programmed an AI where you can just go in VR and talk to them, and they're supposed to be able to have a conversation.
Yeah, and they like use what you've said to like intuit more questions.
Yeah, I'm going to see how far the rabbit hole I can take this AI virtual person.
That might be a good. That might be a really good TikTok video, to be honest.
Yeah, they could.
I can see that. Yeah. I can see that doing well in TikTok, to be honest.
Yeah, I might have to do that.
Yeah. We'll see if Techman's done it already. He's always on it. He's always on it. Yeah, let's round out the show with some games that are out this week. So Andy, for you, just what we do is there's only 2 games out. Essentially, we'll read the description. But try and read it in a nice, fun way. Do you have the script up at all?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and read the first one? Was it Lucky's Tale?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go for it.
Lucky's Tale. Lucky Swifttail is a brave fox on a quest to save his best friend Piggy from the monstrously tentacled Glorp. We've all been there. Together, you'll run, jump, and climb your way through a bright, colorful world full of charming characters, boss battles, hundreds of secrets to discover, and exciting 3D platforming action. become a hero, and save the day in the groundbreaking game that launched a beloved franchise, which is true, now remastered for the Quest 2. Get in there.
Very nicely done.
Is it really a franchise if there's only one?
It's now one in a port. The port's the second in the franchise.
I thought there was Super Lucky's Tale, I guess, which is
is there? Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a second one or a spin-off to it, or just another game in the franchise, but that's not on VR though. Super Lucky's Tale is on the pancake cocktails.
Okay.
That is $20, $19.99, and it's out now because obviously Samson's already played it. Samson, do you wanna say the Golf Plus one?
Yeah, sure. Let me make sure there's no words I don't know. No. Golf Plus. Yeah. Golf Plus is the ultimate VR golf experience. Play real world courses with friends, hang out at Topgolf for a night of music and games, or enjoy your epic putting courses with Pro Putt. The full course update includes modern clubhouse with media player, range and practice area, cliffs, our oceanside 18-hole course, Wolf Creek, located in Mesquite, Nevada, and Callaway golf clubs.
Scared the crap out of me when you said cliffs. I was like, oh my gosh, it's time to wake up. Yes, actually, now that you read that, Cliffs is the course I played, and Wolf Creek is the one that you have to pay $7.99 for, and Golf Plus is $19.99. It's a good package now. It's a good package.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's a good package.
I kind of wish you could like do Topgolf in like, you know how real VR fishing takes like the real, like you feel like it's like, you know, what photorealistic, like if you could do Topgolf in like Boston and LA and New York and like feel like you're in a Topgolf place in these cities.
Yeah,
I see what you mean. Yeah, that might be nice too. I think one of my gripes with it, actually, I wish the user interface was a little more user friendly. I think they can do a lot with it. It's like Walkabout does great, where they have it in a little, you know, you're in a little hut on this beach and you select from there. But I think the Golf Plus one's a little bit more complicated. I don't know if it's because there's more things going on. But I feel like they could make the Top Golf part as the hub, you know, where you go. And
yeah,
you can.
That's a good idea, actually.
And that's where the main menu is. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can move around. You can jump into the Top Golf as you can and move around in that aspect anyway, and go roast marshmallows or whatever. But there's also a part where you can go to the main golf part, and you can just choose
like
course.
Forever Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a big opportunity for that. I might shoot some stuff to Ryan, you know.
Yeah, DM him.
I want to DM him. Yeah, get me on those credits.
he's always on Twitter.
Yeah, he's always active on Twitter. But yeah, that's everything of our show today. Andy, thanks so much for joining us. It's been fun. We've had a lot of tangents as normal.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. That was a good time.
Yeah, definitely. Anything you want to plug before we sign off here?
Just Obscure Nerd VR on YouTube and TikTok now.
Yeah,
go check it out.
It's like I'm a TikToker now.
I do TikTok now.
He's one of the cool dudes now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's one of the cool ones. He's only 18 years old, by the way. I don't know if anyone knows that.
Yeah, if only.
Definitely. But yeah, well, thanks for joining us. We definitely should have you on a Demio session soon.
Oh, let's get it going.
Yeah, let's definitely get it going. Join our Discord, Andy. That's all you need to do. Just like you at home can join our Discord.
Come on down.
Definitely. Next week's going to be a little bit weird because it's Thanksgiving in the US. I think me and Samson are still planning a little like mini version of the episode. But no guests next week. I think everyone's been spoiled with 3 guests in a row. But we will have some more guests.
Been helping.
Yeah, definitely been helping this grow. But yeah, thanks to everyone who's been watching on the YouTube and been listening. Like I said, if you want to connect more with us, head over to our Discord. All the links will be in the show notes below. And after that, we'll see you next week. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the golfing.
Yeah.
Golf on.